All right, we're doing LAT Boston week 3, day 3. All right, let's get into it.
Incredible venue for the Thieves over the 2 times they've played it to this point, but Coach Shawnee finds his way into the mix, trying to revitalize his Boston team to a W. Let's go. Let's get at it.
So, P3 side, you get to the hill first, as you see Pentagram soaking the hill here. Jodeci's going to jump off the plat, try and nade his other side time. So you see this little nade over here. This is just a dead nade. So if anyone doesn't know what a dead nade is, you throw a nade without cooking it. It gets them out of their position because they don't usually throw it back. They'll usually just like try and move their position so they're not hit by the nade, obviously. So this is what Jodeci does. Or actually, no, it's Dan who throws this. Dan throws it from the top plat. He stays top plat. They have one guy that goes through the pool stairs. Since Boston sent no one towards the pool, this is big for LAT because they have not only one guy who pushed up through the stairs, they had another guy watch like this top hop area as well. So all of pool is covered. They basically just have to worry about you and their white. So, and they can soak time from this side, especially because they got this guy out of the bar.
All the way to a game 5, and unfortunately we know how that goes for Boston. But now we
That's good teamwork. So Boston doubles you. They want to chow the LAT side time, right? So they're going to chow Jodeci's here, and they're going to try and do it together. But with the angle that they take, one guy is going to be looking at plat first to try and get that kill, while the other guy slides to try and kill this guy. Unfortunately, though, LAT wins both 1v1s. So LAT, Jodeci's wins this one-on-one with Snoopy. And this requires this other guy, I don't remember what, it's got to be Priesta. It's got to be Priesta, and he tries to chow Jodeci afterwards because he's thinking he's weak. He doesn't see anything plat, so he thinks he can chow. Only thing is Dan comes in for the kill. Now it's a 4 down. So it's a 4 down. They're worried about the P4 spawn here. That's why number 1 backs up like this and why number 4 is still looking you. They're worried about a possible P4 spawn where this guy either hits out through you or takes a route and tries to hit around through blue. They're just covering their bases just in case they were to spawn there, especially because of like their positioning on P1.
For P2 to have that rotation, but you find all the kills around on the middle map, and now there's only 30 seconds left. Boston Breach know that they have to contest this.
Cramp is still DJ. Okay, he gets straight out. Now they know info where people are. Number 3 is still watching this pool side, so he's going to see number 6 here.
Push through this as well. So it's the war on
big kill on the rotation. Now he can sort of help out towards this P1. This is a great P1 out of LAT. Now Boston Breach, they don't want to hit through old. They spawn towards the P3 area, so they're just gonna try and hit through down towards the pool. Pentagram's gonna be the only guy that hits through old here, and he's already at the DJ.
Early plus a default back towards the rotation towards P2.
They finally trade out Nasty. Now they can converge from the pool side. Maybe kill this guy on time. Dan wins another one. Kremp dies from Pentagram's challenge. Somehow he doesn't kill him. 33 health. But at least they're trying to take care of their old. So what they were able to do here is push through poolside. As soon as they get the kill on Nasty, they push through old. Make sure that they clear old first before they hit just through P2, because otherwise, you know, the people through old could just repinch this as they're soaking time. So you just make sure that everything's accounted for. Make sure everyone's in front of you. So now that they've cleared old, they just have to worry about their P2 and people possibly spawning out P4 or, you know, just regularly spawning out here and wrapping around towards P2. Did I watch any of the 20 last night? Think it was the best COD content I've ever seen. It was pretty good. I saw a little bit of it. It was fun though. I don't know about the best COD content I've ever seen, but it was a good tournament for sure.
Not giving up all this time to LA is definitely in the game plan, but that's already 3 dead off the rotations. All the spawns are going to be there for LA. Yeah, still towards the backside, so Boston Breach have another wave.
So because they hit through old, again, LAT's already like has people towards P2 side just because of where they spawn. They were spawning on the better side for P2. biggest thing here is to make sure that like your pool is covered. I feel like pool, like the towel, we call it towels, but like this kiddie pool area is so important for this P2. Whether you're holding, you know, like Shawnee is from this side, making sure no one can come down L here, kill you. You can make sure that everyone off of their spawn can just flood through the front side, or even help you through, you know, this side as well. But it's such a big area of contention for holding and breaking P2.
Rotations. All the spawns are going to be there for LA. Yeah, still towards the backside, so Boston Breach have another wave of kills to get.
See, LAT wins those trades here. They first teamwork Shawnee, Priestig kills Nasty for it, but you know the trade comes on in from Kremp, and now since he's cleared that side, he can first have some help. Number one, who's going to now pick it up for him, and then he can hit the hill for that.
Oh, and Kremp off spawn deals with the play through the small pool on the right, and
that's a big kill in the vent. Him getting this kill in the vent makes up so much for number two dying here, because he's going to be able to teamwork with Dan on Snoopy here. Or Dan doesn't even need it because he was already weak, but now they're just holding. These guys are spawning out P3. They have a double setup towards this towel side. Kill Priesta for it. You have Joe Deceives on this little hop up. He's watching the front door. They have their vent covered, number two. So they have everything that can be covered.
Pushed out. A couple of opening shots towards the pool side allows the ARs for the Thieves to also create a bit more space, and now it's just down to reading the last couple of members from the front.
This is great. This is good LAT. And see how they flow here? This is kind of what we talk about in terms of flow or line, whatever you want to call it. So you see the double chow over here comes on in, right? They get the double chow, whatever. They get the kill. Now these trades go down. Once one person dies, it's on Kremp to not be the one to pick up the pinch anymore, because he's needed towards the hill. So he's going to go refill the hill, and he's going to make sure that Nasty off of spawn, because he's going to spawn, you know, like towards the spa thing here. He's going to pick up the pinch towards this blue side. So because you have someone spawning up, you don't need to take care of this anymore. Obviously, you still have to carry it, because there is this timing where he's going to hill and Nasty's going to be spawning up. So this specific timing right here, this gap is the gap in the setup. But you have to prioritize what you need to prioritize. And if this guy takes the route as soon as you give this up, you know, that's just something you have to live with, because most of the time they're just going to be hitting towards the front once they got the kill over here. You know what I mean? But this is that gap that it's possible for some type of timing to be made. So he refills towards the time because he's needed over there. You know, the pinch isn't as at that point, and he's just going to trust Nasty off of spawn to get it. So Nasty off of spawn, he picks up the pinch. He's going to look blue here and hold it until, you know, another person dies. Now another guy dies at the front. Boom. Ghosty's needed. He goes and pushes through. Or was it Nasty? I meant to say Ghosty. Yeah, it was Ghosty who died. It was Dan who died. So he's the one who picks up the pinch. Once this kill goes down, once Nasty dies to this trade, now he refills the time, because he's needed on time. Just a common flow that you'll see teams make and just regular holds. See, this is a fuck up in the setup. So we're saying last person to hold the pinch. Nasty doesn't pick it up here, and look what happens. Number 7 just hits through the vent. Last person in line has to pick up pinch. He doesn't pick up the pinch from the vent. They're not expecting him to be there. They break on in. I mean, they have more people anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But it could have been bad. Like, let's say Shawnee doesn't die here or something. He gets a kill drop. Like, if Shawnee gets this kill drop, he comes on in here, kills this guy. Now they're holding from the front. But they're able to salvage it because of their positioning, and because you can still salvage it having people just towards new.
Couple kills to lead to some little bit of time at this P2. LAT instantly reinforced with the numbers, but now this is where Boston.
Would the major be played on the old update? Yeah, we're playing the major on the old update. JP, a tornado hit my city yesterday. Crazy shit. Holy shit. That's insane. I've actually never seen a tornado or had one. I don't think I had one close.
Breach have to make up for it. A rotation at P3, you need a full 60.
And coach or not,
All right, big hold here. As you'll see here, common spread when you're just, setting up for new for the P3. One guy at this desk, insane desk heady. He watches his curve. One guy watching white from close to time, most likely, because if they don't go white or if they do go curve, he's in a position to help out both or help out, obviously the front. Hop wall and wood. So this guy is reacting to the information that he's getting from both of these sides, right? So he's watching white for himself, but he's that quote unquote flex holder where he can help this, he can help that, and he can hold his own right here. So it's like it's a complementary position because you can help out 3 different lanes here.
You want to call it an emergency substitution.
What's up, Gowie or Goffy, right? Goffy? How long I've been in COD scene? Fucking been watching for like 12 years. Been working almost 10 years in some sense. What's good, Johnny? So that's a big one-on-one. Like I said before, he's that flex holder where he can hold these 3 lanes. Him dying here forces kind of everyone to shift. Because now 8 is useless if no one comes curve. So he's thinking he might think like, oh, I have to pick up white for them. These guys are now turning their attention towards white, which actually brings up an insane scenario where number 1 and number 3 can just flank them on in. So we'll see what happens here because it's only a one-on-one gunfight. So he doesn't see multiple people. He only sees one person. But look, I mean, number 5 still has a carrot. So instead of having 2 guys, 1 wood and 1 guy at the plat, like the top hop, they now have to refill white here because the kill went down here. Number 8 still doesn't see anything curve.
Really not much should be different here.
And now look at this. They get another kill white. Wood is completely open because of how they had to shift. And now LAT breaks back on in.
So this is all down to the
now they're holding from the front. And this is a very bad scenario. Because they're spawning at the desk here. 1 guy watch long, 1 guy watch short, 1 guy watch white. Is this the best team you've coached? I think so. I think this has the most talent and potential for sure. It's my favorite team I've coached, I think. How'd you get to working to the COD scene, by the way? Did you play and then transition? No, I've just watched. I was like a stats guy for a while. Like purely stats. Like tweeting out stats, going to events, doing work on the production side, helping out that way. And then I just transitioned into working with the team. Got pretty lucky. Breakdown sketches routes last night instead. If I had Codcaster, that would be funny. Aren't there split spawns P2? For what? We're on P3 right now. Or are you talking about the new map? Like the new hills? I don't know if you talk about split spawns, but spawns on the new hills are like this. Or the new hills right here. Did you work with MLG before? Yeah. I worked as an intern in MLG. That was my first job in the scene when I was 18. Freshman year, winter break of college. New hill changes are dreadful. They don't look as good, but I still want to keep an open mind about it because we haven't played it or anything before. All right, let's keep going. So this is all down to the This is a split spawn that happens here. Number 5 spawns out here, maybe because of number 2 looking this way or something like that. I mean, they should, in my opinion, they should just keep spawning here. In a regular Call of Duty, they just keep spawning in the back. You just trap them like that. Maybe because number 2. Let me see. Because number 7 and 8 spawn there. Hill's not white. I think it has something to do with hill time. Like if you're soaking hill time and you have positioning around here, like they can spawn out. That's got to be something. I mean, it definitely is a factor. Don't get me wrong. So, but the big thing that happens here, and this is important to note, is where Jodeci spawns. When Jodeci spawns mid, he knows 100% that they spawned P2. So he should play for this. He should go down here and play for a possible person running towards P3 like this. And you'll see if he does this.
Nasty from the front, gets 3 in a row.
Look at it. He's watching it. So they're watching long. Number 2 gets a call out, so he's going to pinch around long because he knows that they're not spawning here anyway. So he has the timing for it. Jodeci is going to keep watching mid.
Scaling deeper into this hard point, and Kremp is right there to follow up. It's not just a break of the hard point.
Gets a kill there. They now shift. Number 2 still watching his wood. Everything's covered.
Not bad.
That's just way too easy. Like Boston Breach, you had all the time in the world to put yourself in the most obvious setup, but no one was watching.
Hard to get kills on that because they're all challenging you mid. But good teamwork out of Boston. They just all hit it together. 2 people hop, 2 people wood. Now it's a good 30, honestly. It would have been great if first Kremp dies to Priesta here. That's big. But it would have been great if Jodeci was able to get one of these kills. He gets them both weak. Like Kremp transitions from holding this here to holding it here, and he just dies for it, unfortunately. Would you be fine with more events at the cost of no expansion? Yeah, probably. I think I would love more events. 4 events, dude. 4 events plus champs is insane to me. Dude, we used to have like 10 events a year. Now we're having 4 events and champs. Technically 3 with champs as the only ones with a crowd. That's insane to me. I would definitely take more events at no expansion. I think the biggest thing about expansion is it increases the amount of like stuff you can do with tournament wise because you have 16 teams rather than 12 teams. It's much easier to do 16 team brackets and stuff like that to focus around 16 teams rather than 12 teams. And obviously you get more talent in the league, but I don't think it stops it from being top heavy, if that makes sense. I don't think adding 4 more teams stops it from being top heavy. I think it becomes insane midfield then if you add 4 more teams. Like the midfield gets crazy. But it's still going to be, in my opinion, it still gets top heavy. Or it still stays top heavy. What's good, Trees? How's it going?
And Boston are down bad.
Like do they not make money with ticket sales for a LAN event? I can't imagine why Activision wouldn't be pushing for more events. Like, is LAN not profitable? LANs are not profitable. It takes a lot of money to host the majors and just LANs in general. A lot of money.
Boston Breach, you had all the time in the world to put yourself in the most obvious setup, but no one was watching mid lobby. All LAT had to do was show a couple faces on that side. It puts everybody in the hill to focus through the middle of the map, and then Nasty through the flank at the side steps is able to execute the break. But Boston Breach all spawning out to the front and know that they have to try to contest this time, but that decision is already going to be made for them. Jodeci finds a double. Ghosty is now your turn to strike. He finds
so LAT hits hold. Now they have to rotate towards the P4. Number 2 and number 4 are already doing that. These Boston Breach guys, they have a decision to make. What are they going to do to rotate from P2 to this P4? Looks like they're going to hit through mid. Maybe number 7 hits through mid. 1 guy wraps around through office. But let's see how they play this.
And we just got to trade faster than that if you're Boston. I mean, legitimately, Joe is the entry SMG. For him to get 2 from a side door...
Number 6 is going to, I guess, play this guy off old.
That's being watched feels a little bit.
Okay, you get 3 kills. 3 kills on the people rotating. They'll know last guy's alive new. So everyone wins their 101 right away. That's actually crazy.
feels a little bit egregious.
3 1-on-1s and 1 all at the same time. Jump on this last guy in time. He's going to try and hide in the office, but they're actually going to spawn out towards this default spawn towards P2 side. So this is important to recognize in the moment. They're going to get it from whoever spawns up, but they should know that it's a possibility they spawn in the back, and that's what they do.
Read that the thieves are spawning over towards the closer side. Find a wave of kills. You're right back in this game.
Hey, you just have to start off with the initial fire. And unfortunately, Pentagram does lose that one. So now LAT have a little bit of office control, but Pentagram is going to get a back spawn. You just got to rely.
Win the gunfight you, and win all the gunfights towards office, I guess.
Your team at one. So now LAT, hey, you just have to start off with the initial fire.
I'm surprised no one hit the drop. They all just hit through office here.
Side, find a wave of kills. You're right back in this game.
Hey, you just have to start off with the initial fire. And unfortunately, Pentagram does lose that one. So now LAT have a little bit of office control. But Pentagram
what's up, Mini?
Is going to get a back spawn. You just got to rely on your teammates to get all the kills from the front, and they're doing exactly that. Another clean 4 dead in the
Boston spawns out, so they know they spawn in the back. They can full hold this. Pentagram's going to get pushed up all the way towards like the outer rails here. They can watch their, I don't even know what you call this little lane here, but they can watch their like spa. Number 8 picks up mid. This is a good setup by Boston. Everything's accounted for. Every single entrance to the possible, or to the hill.
I'm sure you're thrilled to see this read come through.
This is an insane spawn though. If I'm number 5, I'm not thinking that they're going to spawn here. So he gets to kill Nasty. Or no, who does he kill? He kills Krem. The guy still spawns there. These get double hit through you. It's weird here. Look at this situation. Look at the time left. 18 seconds. Boston, or sorry, LAT, they could hit this, right? But they know with the 17 seconds, like they could just rotate towards new. Number 8's already thinking, I'm gonna head towards new from P3 side. Like there's no way they hit through you to hill. But I guess number 3 does. But he's just gonna get killed for it.
But it's nasty. Hard to say now the full focus goes back over towards the pool.
Yeah, now it's gonna be about this rotation. A couple players from Boston trying to contest.
Big kill by Shawnee. Opens things up. Now these 2 guys will work the pool. Number 6 works mid. Number 7 will wrap as well.
Nasty have already found himself in great position.
That's a big 1-on-1 by Dan because now, again, Boston has to worry about their mid. Number 7 isn't there yet to make the trade, so Shawnee has to care for this.
But no player yet on the point. It's going to come down to a swim fight.
These are good plays. Shawnee picks up the kill, like we said, and somehow Snoopy gets 2 here. That's a good kill. Like, obviously, you pull out your pistol. Good kill in the water. But let's see what happens here. How does he get this first one? Oh, he just slides through. He doesn't think. LET doesn't think that this guy can push through already. Because I'm guessing the guy who dies here, Joe Deceives, doesn't see Snoopy come down the mid stairs, right? Otherwise, they would have like played harder for it. Or like at least, I mean, Nasty gives it a glance here. But he went through the other side. He went through like the other side of Dubs. So he never actually sees him.
And Nasty have already found himself in great positionings, but no player yet.
What's up, Kiss the Foot? Shotzi might be an elite level coach after what I saw last night. Dude, the only thing about the coaching last night is, bro, everyone was talking during the rounds and it was making chaotic. Holy shit. What's good, Plazzy?
On the point. It's going to come down to a swim fight. Here comes Crep with the Renetti. Not able to get the better of Snoopy. That's not 3 dead in the feed. Joe Deceives, you have to try to...
What's good, Brox?
And he's getting stunned up, naded up. Snoopy able to find him at the bottom level of the pool. So here we go. Couple of stretched moments in a row here for Boston. Nades also over the top, getting information on where this Steve setup is. Still 35 seconds to fight for. Nades also over the top, getting...
This is the Omega deep route by Nasty.
Nades also over the top.
You know, Priest isn't even caring for it, but as soon as he gives it up, look at that arrow.
Moments in a row here for Boston.
He's caring for it, caring for it, caring for it, caring for it, gives it up. That's COD timing for you. Now they're breaking from every side. They start spawning out. Should be an instant trade here. Stage will have a little bit longer than I thought he would. Bought some time, but they now have to pretty much fully break back on in.
All the kills of the players not into the HP, and then they just pounce onto the players trying to do their best swim route in towards the point. So the final 25 is potentially going to be there. There's only one player here to contest it in Snoopy.
Good kills at old. Now you got to start thinking about new. Shawnee's already here. DJ, he's going to be having a one-on-one with Nasty. He gets actually naded out. Good tax here. Look at this. Look at this by Kremp too. Look at the gap he finds. He comes through P4. No one's watching you. Number 5, Snoopy, should pick it up, but he's a little bit too late based on his spawn. So they're expecting their stage to be fine. Number 7 doesn't have to worry about it, but he gets that timing for it. Now they win the gunfights at new. They have to worry about their U. They stun this guy, kill him. This is a spawn out because they're kind of like on every side of the hill. It's definitely a weird spawn out, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, again, Boston too good.
But number 3 even plays for it. So that's a good read by Nasty.
And as we're starting to see this P1 setup develop, it's all turning up red in the kill feed, and that continues to be the case.
Number 7 gets a P4 spawn. They have to care for that, obviously, too, because of where they're positioned on P1. Because of their spread position.
Plethora of Thieves members, but maybe that's fine. He's able to take 2 of the 3 down, and now you got a 3-on-1 where really the Thieves cannot challenge this. So
they're still spawning P4 too, so they just reinforce the hill from you constantly. 3 down, 4 down. He wasn't able to block the spawn because they're still spawning P4. So now he just goes in P2, just trying to get spawn kills here. Now it's a really awkward situation for LET because you have 12 seconds left on P2 or P1. You have to set up for P2, but you have a guy already in vents. You don't have P1. This guy spawned P4. He's going to have to hit through old. But these guys are playing like tight, but it's almost like a turtle setup where you have no information or setup to actually work with. So you kind of just have to get kills off old.
P1 time this time around to LAT. Great snap right there for Pentagram. At least if you are Boston, you don't give up all that P1 time this time around to LAT. Great snap right there for Pentagram, who currently finds.
So they're just trying to find kills anywhere. Number 4, number 2 spawn out. Now number 3 is going to go L to play these spawners. Number 1 has to watch his drop. The big thing to pick up is Pentagram's pinching through mid. Is number 4 going to be able to pick this up before he hits through the front of time? See if number 4 sees him. He doesn't. So now it's fine. Good 2-piece by Pentagram. You guys see how many like little timings there are with the spawns where you can make these plays? Like if he waits like 1 more second, number 4 just kills him right away. You know what I mean? I appreciate the streams, JP. They help me think differently in game. Game sense is key. Hey, appreciate it. What was your GPA in high school? It was good. Why would 4 not pick up mid? Pick up his mid? Let's see. I don't know where, what situation we're talking about. Hit through ult for 5 seconds. Oh, okay. So this is a fine play, in my opinion. You're saying like, why doesn't he just wrap back, right? I think he wants to make this play. First, he wants to get information, if he can, on where they're going. So if he can get some type of kill on ult first, it disrupts their break attempt because it's one guy that they don't have. Second, he can get possible information. Like if he sees like 2 going towards the pool stairs, he can say, oh, they're hitting towards the pool side. Or if he sees people going like cheating towards blue or cheating towards the plat here, he can help them get that information on where they're coming from as well. But the thing is, like, him wrapping around here isn't really going to help anything because it's going to take so long for him to wrap back to the P1 or wrap back to P2 when he could just make a free play over here. But I see what you mean. Like, this is like an info play. You maybe kill a guy off hold. They're probably just going to be solo watching it. Like, first, no one's watching you. So they're solo on time. He gets a free kill off ult. Now he disrupts their setup because they have to turn for him. So instead of, you know, them wrapping and them just like pushing through blue and maybe getting 2 kills over here and then breaking on in, like they have to turn for this guy. All 3 guys turn for him. Number 8, number 7, number 5, all turn for him. So it stunts their push.
That P1 time this time around to LAT.
What are some pointers when it comes to reading spawns easier, because spawns in this game are weird? Watch VOD. Watch VOD to see what happens in certain situations. That's the best advice I can give. It's much easier to see spawns on a VOD than it is on the minimap when you're playing.
Great snap right there for Penn.
Obviously, you can't watch your own minimap or like own codcaster. If you actually, I shouldn't say that. If you play like 8s or scrims with your own team where you can, then you can do that, obviously. But I would say watch like Pro VOD and just see how spawns like work out.
Currently finds himself on 4 in a row, but their focus now is flipping those spawns, and with the route coming in from Snoopy, Shawnee gets that close spawn, and Austin Breach now have an opportunity to burn.
So we talked about the pentagram's timing. He gets a 2-piece on here. Now he has time. Let me back this up.
But their focus now is flipping those spawns, and with the route currently finds himself.
You can say the same thing about Priesta. You can say, oh, why didn't he just hit through towards this way? But because he gets a P4 spawn, this, especially at the end of the hill, 2 seconds left in the hill, think about where this spawn is versus where this spawn is. And this is where he would spawn if he spawned once the hill popped. This is a great timing to try and hit through mid. First, to catch anyone that might be slipping and going through mid this way. Usually it doesn't happen, obviously. But he also bumps off of Pentagram's play. So now he picks up anyone spawning out this way, trying to go to pool. This is a great timing that you kind of need to take based on where you spawn in the moment. Like, you have to be the one to pick up. And he even sees number 4 here. He shoots at number 4, so he gives that information to Pentagram. So Pentagram's going to turn. He starts pre-firing. Imagine if Joe DeCease went through the front door like this. Priesta sees this guy, shoots at him, doesn't kill him, but he gives the information. Yo, he's coming front. He's front single. Pentagram turns around, starts pre-firing. Imagine if he got that kill on Joe DeCease. Now the hill's won, or should be won.
And there it is, 6 kills for Pentagram.
And that's just because of what he did off spawn here. Because he chooses to go through here rather than wrap around, that's a play that could be made. You know what I mean? Is noting where you and your teammate spawns pretty much indicate where the other team is going to spawn? Yeah, it's like a deduction thing most of the time. A lot easier in something like a Treyarch game like Cold War or something, where the spawns actually make sense, because obviously there are some random split spawns that you can't really read unless you have the information on where everyone on their team is at in this game. But for the most part, it's a deduction thing. Like, we're here, I just killed this person there, they're probably spawning here. I wouldn't say it's a definitive thing, but it's a probability type thing. So I think the right word, let me know if I'm wrong, is induction rather than deduction. This is a English lesson here, where it's based on probabilities. And that's what we're playing with right now. In your head, this is your head. You got to be thinking about probabilities wise where they can spawn. So it's like, based on my team, based on any enemy opponents we know their location at, enemy opponents at the current moment, based on hill control, there's so many other things, etc. You have to be thinking of, let's say 90% they're spawning here, but there is a 10% chance that they can spawn elsewhere in X specific areas. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm spawning here, they have to be spawning here. In this game, where it's like a lot of like weird can happen, it's I'm spawning here, my teammates are here, The last guy we killed is here. There's a really, really good chance, probability-wise, they're spawning here. But there's a lot of things you have to take into account. And a lot of times, it's hard as to do in the moment. And that's why, that's why you see differences in play styles, specifically on squad spawning games. Like you have to care. I made a video about this, but you have to care some of these whack spawns because it's a possibility, and you just don't want to. You just want to cover your bases. I think Vanguard has the weirdest spawns. I agree. Vanguard spawns were insane because they were just full-on squad spawns. But don't get me wrong, squad spawns are still technically a thing in this game. Like there's a squad spawn element to the spawns. Split spawns just make it harder, right? Exactly. So the whole thing about split spawns is, so like let's say you have your team, right? You're holding the hill, and you're starting to, let's say you're starting to push out. They spawn in the back here after you've been pushing out. And this is a common scenario in any type of Call of Duty because this can happen in the Cold War scenario where you're just giving up the back spawn. You're giving up the back spawn, making them spawn in the back. So on the rotation towards New Hill, you're spawning them out. You're making sure they have a longer distance to get to P2 than you do because you're pushing out. You got kills, right? But what happens here is, if you don't realize that you've given it up yet or something, or it's just open and they spawn there, now you have to worry about two different sides. And that's a big thing for a lot of teams. Playing two different sides can get very complicated because you have to worry about both sides now, right? It's like you're in a scenario where you're just getting crunched because you forced it to happen. And this is obviously a mistake sometimes. Most of the time, you just exit the spawn and you have this guy play for it, right? And that's what we would do in like Cold War. You just have your guy off of old play for this spawn. But in a situation like this where, it's not like, oh, we're intentionally doing this. Sometimes they just make these split spawns. Let's talk about this P1 over here. Sometimes, you'll just get these split spawns where, they're spawning here, whatever, or you're spawning P4, right? You just have to worry about both now. So you have a decision to make. Do you hit through old or do you wrap back through here? You want to play for one side because then at that point, everything's more controlled. The biggest thing with respawns is you don't want to be chaotic. Because the more chaos it happens, the less controlled it is, harder it is to play.
And there it is, 6 kills for Pentagram. Gets himself a cruise missile, trying to step away from the chase from Deceives. But Joe's able to tally the kill, and now everything falls onto the... Step away from the chase from Deceives, but Joe's able to tally the kill, and now every cruise missile trying to...
They gotta know this guy's still L.
Step away from the chase.
Priest is even shooting at him. I guess Snoopy doesn't see him. Because Priest shoots at him, he's expecting Snoopy to pick this up L. But, I mean, this guy, once he sees Snoopy just go towards drop, he just hits it out and pitches them on time. They have to kill this guy. This is the most important guy in the whole setup. They don't kill this guy, it's fucked. So, like, this needs to be not only stressed, but it needs to be committed to. This kill. And the worst part is Priestess saw him. Priestess saw him and started shooting at him. And he got a kill. He got a kill on Pentagram. They know 100% he's out here. They need to get this kill.
From the chase from Deceives, but Joe's able to tally the kill,
and now he just gets lost. He flanks drop. And now they're holding the hill. Now this is a spawn, in my opinion. I think this has to do a lot with the hill control. But in any Call of Duty game, you're expecting them to still spawn spot here. You know what I'm saying? He spawns P3. Has to be a miscomm? I don't know. It's a pretty big miscomm because Pentagram literally died there. And Priestess sees it. I'm pretty sure this has to become somewhere this guy's towels or something. Maybe Snoopy doesn't see him initially and thinks that like he ran backwards, but Priestess still doesn't see him.
Away from the chase from Deceives,
Priestess never sees him, and then he's just lost in translation. I don't know what happened there, but that is the most important kill in this break for them, and they don't get it.
But Joe's able to tally the kill, and now everything falls onto the remaining members of Boston Breach inside the hardpoint with no trophy system. Shawnee doing what he can over in towards the vent, but yeah, gets caught trying to cook up a nade, and with that, the Thieves once again showcasing their break stats. But inside the hardpoint with no trophy system. Shawnee doing what he can over in towards the vent, but yeah, gets caught trying to cook up a nade, and with that, the Thieves. Shawnee doing what he can.
So LET breaks on in. Krem spawns in the back here, so they know they're spawning in front. So now these guys turn around. 1 and 4 turn around.
Once again, showcasing their break stats.
Just when Boston Breach think, okay, we're gonna get a couple.
And now it's an easy hold for LET. Just stack the point. You could push out your blue if you want to. If you want to make a play through mid, Nasty can do that. You have your towels held. You have your front held. You're chilling. You're chilling here for LET.
Just punched him right in the face. Finds a double. Joe Deceives is doing exactly what he needs to do.
Nasty's actually just going to take the full route to flip for B3. Not even cut mid. This is a good play. And now they spawn out. Number 7 has to play his life here. But they're spawning towards him.
And if you are LA, you are in full control of this game.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Pentagram all.
I think Boston trolled the fuck out of the situation. Not only did they hold this, but like.
Just punched him right in the face. Finds a double. Joe Deceives is doing exactly what he needs to do. The front just okay.
Cook up a nade, and with that, the Thieves once again showcasing their break stats.
Just when Boston Breach think, okay, we're gonna get a couple kills.
It's just hard to break, and then because they don't break or get any sort of kills, these guys just push through mid for free.
Joe Deceives is doing exactly what he needs to do, but the break comes in too easy for LA.
Nasty just takes a route through mid. No one sees him.
You're even more of a scary situation because already off the rotation, Nasty finds himself behind enemy lines. 3 Boston Breach players spawn all the way across the map. And if you are LA, you are in full control of this game.
And you get the call too. Now you're full setup. You just held everything for the P2.
Boston down about 50 points, need to put themselves into a position.
Similar to the other setup, obviously different areas. So again, desk holding curve. You're always going to have the guy on the desk. It's an insane heady. White is playing with a sub close corner. So instead of playing like that flex spot that we saw Pentagram play before, he's playing a close corner here. You have one guy at the bar watching wood, one guy long watching the hop up. And in this scenario, we kind of have the flex positions again. Like number 2, if number 3 sees like 2 towards the curve, number 2 can help it out, and number 1 can pick up white. Similar to that, number 1 can help towards white if he needs to. He would just have to be wary of like not turning around and getting killed from number 8 towards wood. Why are they sending 4 to break like that? To break like where? Let me see.
This game, each player spawn all the way because already off the. Joe Deceives is doing exactly what he needs to do, but the break comes in too.
Especially with hard, it could be to break PP3.
And if you are LA, you are.
What are you talking about for number 4?
We'll see what happens with.
Oh, Boston on the P2. Well, Boston's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So what are you talking about? 4. Oh, you mean 4? 4 people. Okay, I thought you were talking about 4, like the number 4 on the mini map. Sorry. So if it came down to it, who would be a sub for Optics or Karma? Dame is our official sub. I don't know what the would go on, or if they would even allow Seth to play or whatever. But I'm pretty sure he can't do the watch party in place. So I don't know how the fuck that would work, but Dame is our official sub, technically.
What the Thieves here is they set up their routine place around the patio with the LA Thieves listening.
Is that a cruise? Is that a cruise? Alright, so the Boston did have a cruise. This is a great hill to use a cruise on. Anyone in rank play, I guess the hill's changed, so it's not really a thing anymore, but P3 and P5 is where you're going to see every cruise on this map, pretty much. Unless it's a do or die situation, you have to break the hill, whatever. P3 and P5 are just guarantees. So he's going to be able to kill number 4 here, for sure. Yep. They get the kill, they get the entry, right? Now, number 3 doesn't see anything. He realizes they use the cruise, so he has to fill in what this guy died that was filling in. So he has to go long and try and pick up this hop wall. That's a big kill by Dan. Dan getting a kill is for the wood, but Kremp dies here, white. If Kremp stayed on this angle, I think he gets the kill. I think the guy just runs past him, but he moves his position. Dan gets the kill front. Kremp dies on the backside. Big kill by Nasty. Once again, the flow happened. Joe Deceives dies watching the hop wall. Nasty was at the table. He didn't see anything for a very long period of time. They use the streak. He has to fill in. He fills in the hop wall just in time. Gets the kill at the hop wall. Number 1, Dan, great play. He knows this guy's white. They call it ring. So Kremp is saying 1-shot wing, 1-shot ring. Dan gets the kill wood. Instantly turns for the trade. Good play by Dan. Great play. Now everything's covered. I love this play by Dan. He's a streaker. They know it's contested. He knows he's hop wall. He says, chow this guy. They chow together. Easily held. So that's how good teamwork can salvage a situation where a cruise or some type of kill streak breaks the hill. So they had good flow. Nasty pick up the thing that needed to be picked up. Dan gets the kill towards wood. Even though Kremp dies here, Dan gets another kill with the trade here. And then last guy alive was the guy who streaks, so he's out of the play for a little bit because they were trying to break on in without him while he was a little bit further back. He jumps on the hop wall. It's contested now. They know where he is. They double chow him. Great plays. That head is insane. That's a great hold by LET. Hey, X Lawson, appreciate the sub. 4 months with the sub. Appreciate it, my guy. Thank you. Really good job by LET. Even though the streak was called in for Boston, they held that very well. And because they get these kills, Kremp's already toward P1. He can now get pushed up to blue here. Get this kill vent. That's a great timing. Because you know they're spawning P2. You know they're going to try and rotate like through the vent or through the back. And he can take that timing. Now he's going to help out towards New, who, like Joe Deceives, is already pushed towards the office. Already have office control. This is great initial control. Dan picks up mid for them in case anyone was hitting towards you. Everything's covered. They're playing this very well. Kremp even gets a kill from the water drop too. Perfect rotation. Joe Deceives gets another kill. They're just winning every gunfight. So, Nasty dives off old. Fine, free play, because he's just going to spawn up like over here or whatever. And he's calling out to Dan that he's going mid-stairs. So, Dan's going to be at the stage carrying for his U. We have water drop covered. We have office covered. Everything covered for the hill.
I'm holding you. You're good.
Nasty spawns long. So, Dan's going to help old plus have a team shot with Nasty if they do come U. So he can bump towards time if he needs to. But they get the 2 kills, so he can just turn for these guys. Great plays. What have they got? They've gotten 9 kills in a row together. 10 kills. This is a great rotation. They're still covering everything. Look at Boston. No one's taking a mid route because they have to flood. 243. Everyone's like everything's covered for LET. In order to get to the hill, they're gonna have to be met with a bunch of team shots. Number 2, number 4, watching the back. He obviously turns for the information that they're getting, that they're coming through like this front door or this back door over here. Water drop, everything's covered.
Last attempt for Boston to try to break through, and it has to be perfect. And well, the kill feed is giving us.
They get the kill water drop, but again, just get straight out.
So, Thieves doing
Honestly, those last two hills
dominate 6-star
were great by LAT.
That was
I think Boston got bad on the P2, and that kind of cost them.
That was a big
Let me see what the score was when that mess up happened. Obviously, they
take the
didn't have the good rotation towards it, but
from Snoopy. Shawnee gets that close point.
bro, this hill just popped when
Breach now having
they break on in. Like Pentagram makes the crazy 2-piece. They get this last trade, or actually no, they didn't get this last trade, but once Pentagram gets this 2-piece, bro, this guy should be he needs to be killed. This is 50 seconds still. They could have got back in this game 100%. LT looking good at 6-star. Honestly, dude, they look pretty good in that map that we played. Obviously, like it was just the one map that we watched, but they look good in it. Bro, I need y'all to close out hardpoint versus Phages Major. I'm tired of them winning. I'm tired of them winning too, man. What's up, Poseidon? What's up? All right, we'll move on to the search. Oh, high-rise search.